Hello, and welcome back to Thomas Talks. And I wanted to bring this video to you. Hopefully, it's going to be short and sweet because the more recent videos will maybe be like 10 minutes long. And it's going to be on Louis Vuitton price increases because, yes, we're aware of these happening 2 or 3 times a year. Yes, I've even made a video on it a couple of years ago. But I'm really struggling every time I see a price increase or go in store at how expensive items are. So even pieces that I have bought multiples of, for example, fragrance, I think they were about 180 or 185 when I started buying them like 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, are now 255. The kind of Ombre Nomad, Le Sable Rose, those kind of ones, I think were like 210 or 220 when I first started buying them, and now they're 320. It's around that, like there's been a big jump. Like I feel everything's went up like 70 or 80 pound in the fragrance world. The books have went up about £8 or £9 in the last year. Maybe the last give it 14, 15 months. I'm gonna say everything in this video is my own opinion. As Jacob would say, not rooted in facts or figures, but for your entertainment purposes only. This is just all what my thoughts are on this. But I have noticed, even when I looked through my Louis Vuitton like purchase history, I was like, really? I paid X for that, and now it's like, why? When I was out with Mum in Edinburgh, the Neil Noe bucket bags, really cute. They had none in stock, there was just none available. But they, for example, that was bags you could get for about, hers was épée leather, kind of blue and tan. You've probably seen the video on this channel. And I think that was just about 18, 20 months ago, roughly. She picked that up. And I think it was just over £1,500, something like that. In Louis Vuitton the other day, struggled to see any bags really around that price point, regardless if they're canvas or not. Even the, is that Speedy 30 or Speedy 35? And I think it was Damier. I always get the Azure and a Ban mixed up. The one that's like in the brown checks with the brown handle. It's not Vachetta leather. Okay, the brown one, the one that like is probably more built for the Scottish climate. I'm pretty sure that was 1,500 and something pound. And I remember them being, okay, I wasn't into the Louis Vuitton game when they were like £400 like 20 years ago, but they were comfortably around £1,000 in very recent memory. So they're quite expensive. The Capucines bags are well north of £6,000 now. Like I remember years ago, they were like four something, because Mum was looking at the one with the python, and then we looked at that again, and that's went up like £1,800 at least. And for the same bag, same shape, same materials, it's at worth £6.5 grand, basically 6,300. I really don't think so. Everything's just gone up. Like the scarves are like £700 now. The, what do you call it, the wee clay pochette things are like £200 when they were like 100 and, I think I bought mine at 130, I think, something like that. And that was after a price increase because I just missed it because it was in the grey, and I sold it for 120 like 2 or 3 months later because I never used it. Only a piece of LV that I've ever sold, and I do regret it because I don't know why I sold it. Being a collector, I should have just kept it in my collection, but I'm not going to buy one now at the new prices at £200. That's just nonsense. Yeah, I'm just struggling to get my head around it. Like the Dauphine bag that Mum was looking at was £3,050. Now that just feels like a price increase, and somebody's just went onto a computer, let's increase that by X percentage, and that's what the numbers came out at. Because why not make it 3,000 on the nose, or like 2,999 or something like that? Like, why does it need to be 3,050? It just seems like a really random number for a bag that's just the standard range, partially épée leather, nothing fantastic about it. Like, it looked cool. I like the chain. Mum loved it. But £3,000, like for your standard range of bag, it's not like a special like limited piece. It's just like your standard range. I just worry that these bags are just getting more and more expensive, in particular the bags, because the price jumps there. The shoes are now all around £1,000 for a pair of trainers, which is bonkers if you're buying that in Scotland, because you've got the grit in the road, the snow, it rains a lot, they're just going to get manky. Most of them have got white soles, I've noticed as well. Like, I just couldn't justify that for them to get ruined within like a day. I just wouldn't. I don't know where we're at. I just feel, having seen like the price tags there and then, I was like, this is crazy. The pocket organisers are all, some of them are £450 for like the special seasonal ones, and I'm like, it used to be like I think 325 I paid for one of my ones that were made of like calf leather like 2 years ago, 2021 I think it was, and it was beautiful, and I think I've used it never. Actually, I was going to say I've never used it because I'm terrified to use that one that I'm thinking of. But the standard range stuff was always like 200 odds, and now it's all like jumped up like £100, which in that small realm of world is like a good, what, 35% maybe, something like that, off the top of my head, just thinking if it was like 325 to say 450. I know each range is going to be at a certain price point, but yeah, it's just a lot of money. Pocket organisers, so the fragrances have jumped up a lot for the same product. It's just, you have to really be mindful, I think, of what you're buying in there. And I think everybody is probably. I think you're going in there, you're maybe saving up for something, and unfortunately sometimes you're saving up and another price increase comes. But my advice would be, if you're going for a fragrance, buy that. I think there's not really a bad one, and they seem to last. I've certainly got ones that like my Le Monde City, I've had 4 years now, so I've got about a third of the bottle left, but it still smells good, it still lasts all day when I use it. I keep mine in a little glass dome on top of like my dresser, and I think the fragrances are good. Scarves, what did I pay? See, my mum bought me one and I bought her one. She's never used it because she's scared to use it. I've used it 2 or 3 times, but yeah, I don't know, I've just got that mental block of like, where do you wear a Louis Vuitton scarf versus like your everyday wool scarves? So I don't know, there's definitely, my mindset's changed with regards to buying, but again, that's a whole separate video. But yeah, I think the price increases have really hit home. You can't just like be willy-nilly going in there like picking up stuff, because otherwise it's going to be like, my mum looked at free handbags and we're like, this is £18,000 worth in just free handbags, and £18,000 is a lot of money, and it doesn't feel like £18,000 worth of handbags. Like the leather on those bags and the python or whatever was on the handles, great, but are they any different to bags that were like 2-3 years ago when they were like maybe a lot, like 25% cheaper? They've not increased the quality, in my opinion. Like, buy an extra £1,000 or it's feeling that extra bit special. I don't know, I'm just mind blown at that experience. I'm not going to stop buying Louis Vuitton. I just think more mindful in what I'm buying. My advice to anybody looking is, do your research. Think, are you going to buy it? Are you going to use it? Is it a want more than, or is it a need and a want more? Because obviously anything luxury is a bit of a want, but are you going to use it? You're going to, I just want to like pass almost a little bit of advice, because I'm just like blown away at some of the prices these days. And I said, never went into all the products, but the ones I've seen. Even actually, one last bit was a keyring thing that I thought was a little Vivian keyring. If it wasn't Louis Vuitton, you'd be like, that's maybe £20 to £50 range. And I think that was like £450 or £500. That was a lot of money for like a little, I don't know, it was maybe an inch and a half, little charm, keyring kind of thing. I guess you hang it on the edge of a bag, maybe a set of keys, but it didn't look that money. Like, it was just a lot of money. I don't know, I think I'm just at a weird stage in my life, but anyway, I'm going to ramble on. This is almost 10 minutes as well. What's up with me, Tom? Start chatting and you end up chatting forever. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to wrap up this video on Louis Vuitton price increases. Comment below what you've maybe bought and seen the price increase yourself. Or equally, is there anything that you've been saving up for and it's just jumped out of reach every time you've saved up for it? I'm very curious. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to Thomas Talks below. And I will see you next video. Ciao.